Hello friends, in this video I will be covering about the variables. So there are four types of variable: the local variable, instance variable, class variable, and the global variable. So let me show you with an example how we can define those variables. Local variable that does not start with anything means you can define this method. Okay, and there is one variable, local variable, and now we cannot access this because after the end we cannot access. After this end statement we cannot access this local variable outside this. Okay, let me show you this thing. Suppose if we have one method and we have defined one local variable, but after that ends we cannot access outside of this local variable. So I have defined this variable here, but after this end statement we cannot access it here. So let me define this method. Now if I call this method, it will give you the undefined local variable. So that local variable is not accessible here, but we can define the local variable here as well. Local variable, and you can access this. That is in the current scope, so we can access this, but outside the end we cannot access this. The next one is the instance variable. So instance variable, how we can define the instance variable? That we can define the instance variable that starts with @ symbol. So this is the way of defining this instance variable. Instance variable do not share its value across the objects. If there are multiple objects, each object will have its own instance variable. Let me show you. I have defined one class here. Okay, this is the one setter method that is just setting the age, and this is the getter method that we are just getting the age. Okay, I have created one object here. I have just setting the age of this person is 20. Now we are reading this age, and in this we are again creating the object. This is the second object. I have instantiated the class, and now if I'm setting its age is 26 and this age is 26, it does not change it. Let me show you. I've class defined this. Now I am instantiating this and set this age is 20. Now I'm reading this is 20. Okay, now I am creating this again with the new object. This object is this one. This object is this. So this is the two different object and it does not share its value. Let me show you. Person2 dot age, it does not have nil because, but person1 has dot age 20, and if we assign this age to 26 to the person2 object, then person2 will have its own instance variable. Person1 will have its own instance variable. See here, this object have this instance variable, this object has this instance variable. We cannot we can assign it or reassign it, but if we change the value of this instance variable, it does not affect to the another objects. So that's the purpose of this instance variable. So let me cover this next thing, the class variable. Class variable, we can define this class variable with the double @ symbol. Okay, with a double @ symbol you can define any class variable. They share its value across the objects. Okay, with the same example, let me show you again. Now calling this, so this is just in class, but instead of the instance variable, here is the class variable. Okay, this is the setter method, this is the getter method, and we are just reading this class variable. Okay, now I am creating the objects of this class and now assigning it into this class variable. Okay, now if you read this person1 dot age, it will show you the 20 because we have assigned 20. Now if we create the another object here, okay, and now if we ask the age, now it will not return the null. It's 20 because it shares its value across the objects. I mean, this is the object 1, this is the object 2, and the value is shared. The age is 20 for the object 1 and for the 2 because it's a class variable. And if we change this value, for example, if we change this 26, then if we can ask the age person to objects age, that is 26, and this value is changed here as well. You can ask it 26 because it's the only one value that is shared. So that's the class variable. Now the next variable is the global variable. We can define this global variable. We can assign the prefix the $sign, then the global variable will be defined. So the properties of global variable is, once you define it, you can access it from anywhere inside the class, inside the method, inside the Eisen class. You can access this variable from anywhere. Just let me show you. There is one class I've created. I just wanted to create. I'm just defining was one global variable. That's value will be whatever we will be assigned. Then we can access this global variable from anywhere. Let me show you. Now I am creating the object. Now I am assigning the value. Now you can access this global variable from anywhere. But you cannot access this the class variable the similar way if we define the class variable, but you cannot access this one. Let me show you. If we have defined this class variable, let me create an object here. Okay, I have created one object. Now if I call this method class method and assigning this define a class variable, okay, we have defined a class variable, but if we try to access this class variable like this, we cannot access because we cannot access this from the class variable access from the top level. We cannot access, but we can access it with the instance method by calling this method. Here we have defined the value. So only the global variable is accessible from anywhere. We can list out all the global variable that is predefined in Ruby. So we just call this method. It will list out all the global variable. You can load the value of any global variable. It will show you. This is the value. So that's it for this global variable. Next thing is the constant. How we can define the constant? Constant we can define with the all the uppercase letters. Okay, so if there are two words, then these will be separated by underscore. So that's the way of defining. Suppose if we have defined one constant, let me clean this up. So that will be defined in the top level, that is in the main scope. Okay, and we can also reassign this value, but it will give you the warning that this constant is already initialized. Constant top level, that's the top level. This variable is already initialized, but the value has been changed. If you check the value of this top level, that is Neetesh Gupta, that value has been changed. Initially it was I am at the top level, but it will give you the warning. So also one more thing I want to highlight here is I have already told you that it's an object. Okay, so if you ask that what is your class, you can ask it that what is your class. We have assigned the integer, that's why this class is integer. But if we can ask this class dot class, what is your class, then it's an object of this class. So everything is an object here again. We can also define this these constant inside the class as well, like this. We have defined one constant inside the class. How we can access? You cannot access this constant by directly here. It will give you the error, uninitialized constant, because only global variables can be accessible, but constant, if you want to access, you can access it by class name. That class, inside the class name, that is a variable, we can access this. We can also change this value as well. Okay, it will also give you a warning that if, but the value has been changed. See here. So that's it for this video, and thank you.